maybe we want it not to be a diamond shape, maybe we want it to be upright. So we can begin working with it. A little more practical. So like I said, this is one move more to make it just a little bit practical. And the second means of deriving a perfect square from the Vescia Pisces. Alright. So we'll draw a couple more arcs. And basically it's the full diameter of unity that we're creating an arc from. We'll flip it around and do the same here and here. And one more time here. Which gives us a couple of lines. Remember, we're dividing again using that technique of creating Vescia Pisces to create a division into of any line segment. So from here we have everything we need to draw a perfect square. That's upright. Okay. There's this would be another example of what I call the tetrad. There's something we won't be covering today, but the squaring of the circle is very useful in Pythagorean and all the sacred geometry, where you can approximate the circumference of the circle with a square. The circumference of a circle is pi times the radius, and pi is an irrational, what they call an irrational relation. It's independent of the size of the circle. It's just a relationship that radius has to the circle. The radius is something we can definitely measure, but the circumference is something that we can't quite measure it. We can come close, we can approximate it, but the truth is it's not irrational. Irrational kind of connotes the idea of it's incomprehensible. The fact is it's very comprehensible. We see it. It's physical. We can actually see it. We can touch it. It's what it is. It's super rational. It's above our ability to define with a ratio. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's not real. So, getting back to what I was saying about squaring of the circle, we can create a square that approximates the circumference of the corresponding circle, or we can create a square that approximates the area enclosed by a corresponding circle. And I believe that's the one that you see in the depiction with Leonardo da Vinci, the Vitruvian Man. And when we do subsequent mass, when we do cover the squaring of a circle, definitely we're going to have an opportunity to break down the Vitruvian Man and those two relationships, and how sometimes squares, particularly when we're building things, can be more useful in taking the concepts that are found in unity and making a practical realization of them in the material world, because really the tetrad is our connection with taking the metaphysical and representing it materially.